Peggy Oki features in Dogtown and Z-Boys and is inducted into the Skateboarding Hall of Fame. She's as passionate about her activism as she's been for skateboarding and surfing. Through her Origami Whales project and as a TEDx speaker, she strives to raise awareness and inspire.
It's really great to see as many people here today on a holiday weekend, so thank you everybody, and hope that we'll have twice as many next month. I'll be away, but I'll be in spirit with you. Live export. When 10 years ago I was in Australia on a rock climbing trip, I was at a health food store and there's this petition to ban live export in Australia. And I was like, well, this has got to be bad. It was only just about a week ago that I learned how bad, and it's just horrific, and it just cannot be brought back. So can I get a show of hands? How many people have experienced motion sickness, whether it's in a car or on a boat? We all know what it's like. And usually it might last for a few hours or a day because we get off the boat if we get motion sick. So I'd like to ask everybody, when it's cold or hot, what do we do? I came out with 3 layers and it's freezing cold this morning. Now I'm in 1. I can change my layers. I can have a drink of water. I can, if it's too hot, I just adjust. If it's too cold, I put all that layering back on or go someplace inside. What if we had that taken away from us? The animals on these ships have no option. So I offer this quote to keep in mind from the Dalai Lama. Life is as dear to a mute creature as it is to man. I found this resource last night. The Humane Slaughter Association out of the UK had this little information about transport of livestock. Stress, S for signals, T for that, R for release, E emergency, signals for survival. There's 3 types of stress. Physical, due to fatigue or injury. Physiological, due to hunger, thirst, or temperature control. Behavioral, due to the environment and unfamiliar people and surroundings. And so this is quoting that resource. Although many animals might be able to tolerate a single stressor for a short period of time, multiple stressors over a long period of time may lead to distress and suffering. We know that these animals are kept on these ships for weeks. The stressors on these ships are export ships expose livestock to noise, unfamiliar surroundings, overcrowding, confinement, insufficient water, lack of food, excessive heat, extreme cold. Can I get a show of hands? How many people have seen a livestock truck on the road? I don't know if anybody has never seen one. When we see these livestock trucks, how can you describe them? Well, bare metal, no temperature control, no food or water, no management of excrement. And over land, it's about a half a day or a day or 2 that these animals have to endure this before they go to slaughter. Now, imagine 6 weeks and 81 animal deaths aboard the MV Baja. That's an older report, and Animals Australia updated this last week. Now it's been 87 days that these animals, 16,000 cattle and sheep, are now on what they've labeled an experimental journey. I don't want to sign up for that experiment. Do you? Gulf Livestock 1, the famous disaster where a ship leaving Napier, New Zealand, was on its way to China. It was carrying 43 men and 5,867 heifers. On the route, there was a typhoon in the Philippines with winds at 175 kilometers per hour. One of the crew sent a WhatsApp message to a friend and said, "We are floating sideways in huge sea. Oh man, it's hairy." And that was about the last they heard from them before the ship sank in the China Sea. It takes a lot to change things, and this ban happened for good reason. I want to thank everybody who was behind this, because it's a big thing to do what they did to ban the livestock export. New Zealand could lead the way, and we now have a different government. MP Hoggard Minister of Biosecurity and Food Safety, and Associate Minister of Agriculture, Animal Welfare Skills, and the Environment. He's a longtime dairy farmer, former president of Federated Farms of New Zealand. Fox looking after the hen house, right? There's a $1 million lobby being campaigned right now to reverse the ban. And Mr. Howard is quoted as saying, "Progress with some haste." What's the hurry? Why do we want to bring back something so horrific? So I have a cost-effective solution for anybody who wants to keep the ban. We're going to start a Give a Little campaign, raise money for a 2 weeks, all expenses, gold standard trip to give to Mr. Hoggard. Let's do that. I'm just joking. You think he would go? Do you think that he would really go? I don't think so. Everything is connected. I'm going to share a couple quotes. As long as man continues to be the ruthless destroyer of lower beings, he will never know health or peace. For as long as men massacre animals, they will kill each other. And that was from Pythagoras. What are we going to do about this situation? Anybody who's come here, I know that you're all doing a lot. And let's talk to our friends about this and share the petition, and also talk about the fast track that the new government is talking about, is that what they're doing is unacceptable. And we need to all be as politically active as possible to get out the vote, to vote these people out the next election, and vote the people in that are going to do the right thing for the animals and the people of this country and the environment. So I have one more message that we can maybe even pass on to the New Zealand government, and it's from Mahatma Gandhi. Many people have probably heard it. The greatness of a nation and its moral progress can be judged by the way its animals are treated. Let's get that message across and keep the ban.